Bell-bottom jeans are back, kind of, all right? Retro VHS styling for video editing is also sort of back, okay? And the massive push to be uniquely different while also kind of staying within the normal confines of what society deems to be unique is also kind of back, sorta. And now we get to ask the question if people like you and people like me actually care about, because as the world changes, guess what changes with it, ladies and gentlemen? Cars. I'm Alex ThatDudeinBlue on Instagram, and today we're gonna be talking about if the Uncrustable of the car scene is coming back. The number one thing that most people thought was dying, and we're talking about if manuals of all things in the world are actually coming back, question mark, exclamation point the intro. Let's roll the clip and talk about it. And if you haven't heard of Fitment Industries before, hi, I'm Alex. We do wheels, tires, and suspension because we started trying to find parts and things that fit our cars back in the day, and that just sucked, okay? If you've ever been on forums before, they were absolutely painful, and we just didn't fuck with researching the forums, only for it to get derailed by JamesBoy128391 asking a random question because he didn't want to use the search bar. If you're one of those people, I hope the other side of your pillow is warm. So we made the fastest growing online gallery, linked parts to it, and now we make videos. I mean, if you're looking for wheels, tires, or suspension, be sure to check us out. It means a lot. We have all of it on our website at fitmentindustries.com, and if you're looking to actually build your car right now, getting it ready for show season, you're gonna wanna check us out. Manuals have always been in a bit of an awkward spot for the last 2 decades or so, specifically with the introduction of the old classic human ingenuity of wanting to be better by making things easier. It's just like this thing that we do. Automatic transmissions have truly taken the world by storm as well, and besides the Nissan CVT, automatic transmissions have made some substantial improvements. I know people are gonna get mad at me about the previous comment, but if you've ever been in a Nissan Pathfinder, you know what I'm talking about. Even though they started as a basic 4-5-speed gearing system, automatics now feature 9-10 gears with variable gearing, speed shifting, dual clutches, rev matching, and all sorts of technology that quite literally take the guesswork and all the needed skill out of maximizing the performance of your car against their manual counterpart. And they've done this because it's the best way to go to have the best car experience. But even though on paper, automatic transmissions are better in dang near every single possible way, all right? Tons of enthusiasts, people maybe like you and maybe like me, weren't really happy with manufacturers' decision to do this, because why would they take away our freedom of messing up gearing ourselves, okay? We were so upset that some people, they even wrote letters, all right? Strongly worded letters in properly formatted headings asking car manufacturers to not, and I'm not kidding, companies like BMW, Porsche, and even Ferrari have been requested to always host a manual transmission option to keep the quote-unquote spirit of the car alive. But to them, the question you have to ask is it worth it? Manual transmission cars have a special place in enthusiasts' hearts, all right? And to most, it's the major connecting point between the driver and the output of the car, all right? Manual transmissions are what cause enthusiasts to drop a gear, to do a burnout, to do all sorts of weird that probably wouldn't make your mom proud, and it really overall keeps you engaged in the ever-arching theme of the driving experience. All right, but that doesn't mean it's inherently any better, all right? And automotive manufacturers know that, in addition to the fact that they know that the people that talk about the transmissions usually don't end up actually being the ones that buy those cars with the transmissions, all right? 16-year-old doesn't count as the 40-year-old actually buying the M car, okay? And there's other companies like Ferrari that quite simply looked at the piece of paper and said, no, we're not doing it. Sorry. Our audience doesn't really give a and others that were initially following suit. You could see this actually follow suit within Audi. You could see it within Acura, and even for a little bit of a while, Jag would start to do that as well. But now, especially over the last 5 years or so, they seem to be coming back. Taking the obvious companies like Chevy, Ford, and Dodge, who love their manual options, not necessarily to the fact that it connects them to the ground, and more so to the price competitive, Porsche saw an error in their ways of providing one of the purest sports cars on the market without a pure manual option. The new 911 GT3 back in 2018, when it was introduced with a PDK, the world lost their mind. Rennlist went into DEFCON 2 and pleaded with Porsche to reintroduce a manual. And above all else, Porsche was like, okay. The GT3, the GT4, and now the new generation 911s will almost always be offered in a manual transmission, now and forever, even though it's reportedly less than 10% of their actual sales. They're doing it not for sales, they're just doing it for us. Now, BMW has made the stand with their M car, specifically from Chief Frank von Miele, who refuses to let it die until the autonomy of cars kills it for him, because he believes that manual should always play a role in their M series cars. But they were initially going to be dead. I mean, in all honesty, they are a dying craft. It's a dying technology. Corvette and now the new mid-engine Ferrari, betcha hot dollar, a manual transmission will be introduced because people do like that option. And there's a small minority that is extremely vocal that will always want a manual transmission. Mustang, Camaro, they'll probably always have it. Dodge, honestly, Dodge is the equivalent of a crazy uncle on some illegal substance that's strapping rockets to Jeeps in the back garage, but I'm pretty sure that they'll also always offer some sort of manual transmission option, or they'll partner with a company that will allow you to do it. The craft of the manual transmission isn't dead yet, but it could be, because in all honesty, we've tried and people have tried killing it in the past. Plenty of these automotive manufacturers are solely making the option available because the audience is making a vocal request for that option. It's like your parents are only stopping because you asked them to. The moment we stop asking for a manual transmission, though, is the moment that they're likely to take it away. Manuals are a dying part of the overall car driving experience. I love it too, but numbers are numbers. Less people know how to use them, want them, or keep them even alive. And unless we support the new vehicles coming out with the exclusive manual option, like the new M3s and GT3s and things like that, they may only be back for a short period in time, or until the next recession, in which case car manufacturers generally don't do very well during those times. At the end of the day, it's up to you to prevent wildfires. Wait, what? Anyway, what do you guys think? Are manual transmission cars coming back or not? Let us know below, and if you're looking for aftermarket wheels, tires, or suspension for your newly acquired manual transmission car, otherwise, be sure to hit us up over at FitmentIndustries.com. I'm Alex from Fitment Industries, and while I'd say we'd see a later piece, I truly believe that there will always be a small margin within two manufacturers specifically that will stay alive with the manual option. And I think the last two standing, quote me, are gonna be Dodge, and it's gonna be BMW. I think those are gonna be the last two that ever offer a manual transmission in a performance car, solely because of the fact that BMW mass produces so many cars in a manual option anyway that are non-Ms in Germany, which is a super popular platform. And I think Dodge is gonna do it because the Town & Country will continue to sell and supply all of their Hellcat needs for the dawn of time. That's my personal opinion. I don't think Ferrari's ever going back to manual. I don't think Audi's ever going back to manual. I don't think Lamborghini's ever going back to manual. I just don't think it's happening.